Yo, I'm back, man. I just wanted to follow up with the part two. Specifically, uh, I already know this question is coming. Alibaba. Use Alibaba to your full advantage. There's plenty of manufacturers on there. You will have to do your own research. Research is the number one thing, regardless of what you're doing. But specifically, if you're trying to, find a manufacturer, first, you need a little money in your pocket. You can't come over here with $200-300 and expect to get something made. And you're trying to start a clothing brand. Of course you can buy some blank T-shirts and print on them. Of course that's cool. But if you're trying to do cut and sew, which I know everybody's pretty much interested in, that's really where you're gonna make your real money, because people want something unique. And if you want, you know what I'm saying, if you want to make something unique, you're gonna have to do cut and sew. So specifically, Alibaba is the number one place I recommend all of y'all to go to. If you say if you want to make a bomber, put in that search bar, men's bomber, and make sure you put the word custom or something similar to that, because you can go in there and buy a whole bunch of blank bombers, and then when you get them shipped to you, you'll have to print on them or embroider on them. But that's basically the same process you're doing with t-shirts. You don't want to do that. You want them cut and sew. You want it fully custom, so when it's shipped to you already, it has your own tag, it has your own embellishments, whatever you want to do, embroidery, vinyl, even screen print sometimes. If you want patches on it, you want a manufacturer that can do top to bottom. You don't want to just buy blanks and then put more work on yourself when it gets shipped to you. So the number one thing is just like I said, bombers. You can even source different manufacturers that can just make different fabric t-shirts that you may be interested in. I know everybody wants to do something different, because there's a lot of people out here just selling t-shirts, and it's easy to just get in that little I guess you could say a little rat race and just do the same thing over and over again, just like every other brand. But you're not gonna really make money and expand your brand doing what every other brand does. That's just something I realized real quick. Like I said, I just started doing cut and sew, and I see the results immediately. I'm just documenting my journey. I'm not gonna say I'm an expert, but of course I'm learning a lot. I've been doing this for 3 years. I've been doing a lot of blank t-shirts. I found a few manufacturers that have different quality hoodies, different quality sweats, joggers, things like that. Even this right here, what you call a track jacket, I guess you could say, a little zipper. Got my embroidery going here. But you can do a lot of things if you just buy blanks, but at the same time you can do way more if you find you a good quality cut and sew manufacturer. You're gonna have to obviously get a little money in your pocket. So if you're working, and save that money, don't spend money on your wants. Don't go out here and spend money on some kicks just to look fly. You want to invest your money into your brand. Your brand is what's going to make you more money. You want the long money, right? I know everybody wants long money. You don't want the money that's just going to be here today and gone tomorrow. You want money that's going to be coming back over and over again for months to come. You want money that's going to you want purchase orders from stores that are going to send a few racks in your bank account, just so you can send that money to manufacturers and pocket the profit, and then spend that on some other merchandise to build your brand and expand it even more. That's how it's exponential out here. You got to realize that in order to make money, you got to invest it. You can't just invest a little money and just expect your brand to pop. You really have to be really specific about where you place your money. I know, as a part of owning a brand, some people feel like it's their duty to just look fly, and run a brand, because some people feel like that if I'm not fly, who's gonna want to buy my brand? But at the same time, you got to be a businessman. If you notice, most businessmen drive Toyotas. Most millionaires drive Toyotas. They're not worried about how they look. They just know that their investments are building exponentially. You gotta be smart about where you're placing money. I feel like that's the number one thing as a brand owner. You have to just master the concept of money management. You have to be financially all there, because the biggest thing I see a lot of these other people doing is just getting their priorities mixed up and not placing their money where they should be. I mean it's pretty simple. You need a lot of money to get your brand started. Once it's started, it builds like crazy, and you won't even be worried about money, and you can do what you want when you get that profit, and you could send that money back to the manufacturer, and then expand your brand into other product categories. And that's what you want to do if you want to build a brand and not a t-shirt brand. There's plenty of t-shirt brands out here, and that's just a result of people just not being tactical, not really being strategic about brand building. And to build a brand, it takes a lot of persistence, a whole lot of persistence, a lot of hard work. You're gonna have to do things that you didn't do before you started your brand. The biggest thing is, you know, being really persistent and just, you know what I'm saying, being determined and specific about your goals, because it's hard. It's hard. It's not easy. You got to be really persistent, and you gotta know a lot. You gotta be a holistic person. You can't just, you know what I'm saying, just be in it just to make money. You gotta be about the people, and the people are, you know what I'm saying, your customers. You have to build strong relationships. Like I said in the previous video, networking is probably the best thing you can do. And after you network, after you build those relationships, everything will come, you know what I'm saying, when it's supposed to. So I said a lot in this video. Hope I covered a lot of info that maybe I had questions about. The biggest thing, like I said, money management. You can't be out here spending money on wants. When you got a brand, you gotta think like a businessman. Yeah, I said money management. What's the other one I said? Oh yeah, so make sure you're building a brand. Don't just be a t-shirt brand. It takes a lot of money, so that, like I said, it kind of goes hand in hand. Save your money. Don't spend money on wants, man. That's the biggest thing. You can't do it, man. You're not gonna be able to expand your brand. You're just gonna be a t-shirt brand. You want to keep going. You want to be persistent. You gotta please your customers. Your customers want product, and you can't be out here, you know, once you make a little money from your, you know, your product, you can't go out here and spend it on whatever you want. You gotta put that right back into the business and keep going. You gotta be persistent, man. And man, thank you for your time. Comment below if you have any other specific questions. I'm trying to cover everything that's on top of my head right now. I'm about to go get this workout in. Get at me, man. ShopGodson@yahoo.com.